But people, for years and years and years and years, have been asking if I'm personally still friends with Andrew and Garrett, and oh man. I feel like when I talk to my therapist and she's like, what are the points of like deep sadness in your life? That is one of my points of deep sadness, because even to this day, I still don't exactly understand. But sometimes you just have to accept that you don't get to understand things, and you don't get to have closure on things, and you don't get to know people's reasoning behind things.
Hello and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers. Today's suspect, Morgan Adams. No, she's not really a suspect because, she didn't do anything so crazy, but she is the topic of this video today. I'm Chief Coconut and I'm going solo on this video. So everyone's talking about how Morgan Adams recently addressed their fallout, or her and Shane and Ryland's fallout with Andrew and Garrett. Now, if anyone forgot, Andrew and Garrett used to be in like all of Shane Dawson's videos. When was that? Like 2018, 1917, whatever. And they used to like do all this crazy shit together, and they were basically always in Shane's videos. Now, Garrett was there as like, comedic relief, and he was super funny and sweet. I fucking love Garrett. Literally, Garrett is the only influencer or like YouTuber that I bought his merch. When he dropped his merch, I literally got it like the second it dropped. Like, that is how much I love Garrett Watts. I fucking love Garrett Watts. But anyways. So Garrett was always in the videos, and Andrew was Shane's photographer. Now, eventually they would add Morgan into their little group, and they would always invite Morgan to do the videos with them. They'd go like see haunted hotels and try like expensive food and just do a bunch of shit like that. The videos were super popular and everyone really liked the dynamic of the friend group. But after Shane's cancellation, we all noticed that Andrew and Garrett were no longer in the videos. They were never ever mentioned again by Shane or Ryland, and not really Morgan, but mostly by Shane and Ryland. They never mentioned them again, and there was an obvious fallout, but no one knows like what happened or why. Now, there's a lot of rumors and speculation on what exactly went down between them all. But for context, Andrew and Garrett have apparently been friends for a really long time, like before they were even friends with Shane. And some people say that, Shane may have not have liked the closeness between them or something. I don't fucking know. But that is some speculation, and that is an interesting factoid to this, because Andrew and Garrett to this day still work together and make videos, and they post it on Garrett's channel, and the content's actually really, really good, and I love watching Garrett's videos. I don't believe he posts like too often. I wish he posted way more, but yeah, they still work together. They're still homies. They even started a podcast together, which I don't believe they do anymore, but yeah, they did that for a while. So they're homies, they're tight, they're still friends. Now, Morgan recently in her recent vlog, which I believe she deleted this part of the vlog. Maybe she like had some regrets about talking about it, or someone asked her to, take it down. But she did address like the falling out.
To watch everything they do, I'm still curious. I still follow. I still have notifications on. Like, not only will I watch their videos, I'll give them a like. If I'm personally still friends with Andrew and Garrett, it's one of my points of deep sadness, because even to this day, I still don't exactly understand. I like to live in fantasy la la land. Genuinely, in my brain, I thought that we were all like the best 5 friends that anyone could ever have. I loved and cherished these people so much, and I just had the best time being with them and being around them. I was just young little 19 me, like, we're going to a hotel, that sounds fun. I thought that we were all having the time of our lives. Little did I know that everyone was not having the time of their lives. I was the only one having the time of my life, and you know what? I will keep it that way. There was two countries going on. Country that was ran by Shane and Ryan, and there was country that was ran by Andrew and Garrett, and I was the river in the fucking middle. Like, wow, I can see both countries. I can dip my hand on both countries, you know, like I might as well be the equator. I can touch both sides. I don't think I ever realized that there was such a divide, you know, because I loved and cherished Andrew and Garrett so much, and obviously I love and cherish my brother and Shane so much. I'm just the river in the middle, like, wow, it's getting deep. It's getting deep over here. I've tried to reach out to them, and I've never gotten a response or like an acknowledge that I still exist. I had conversations with both of them up until the drop off, and it was never like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to talk to you again, we don't like you anymore, blah, 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 blah. I thought everything was fine. I thought everything was good. I thought everything was dandy. I thought we were all floating in our own little lifeboats, having a good time. And yeah, I guess I just always thought in my brain that I was good enough friends with everyone that if the two countries wanted to divide, I didn't know that that meant me. See, even now, I guess that I'm just not a black and white person, you know, like I don't think I've ever looked at someone in my entire life and like, never, ever, ever contact me again. I am cutting you off completely from my life and I never want to hear from or see your face again. Don't ever even think about me ever again, you know. Because I have an admiration for someone in my brain in any sense of the matter that I always have like a little piece of them that I carry in my chest. I guess even now, when I think of Andrew and Garrett, I don't think of like, oh wow, they just kind of dropped me off the planet. I think of like, oh my gosh, I was always just enamored by like how fast Garrett could think of things, how funny the things that he would say were. I just remember being so close to them and just being wowed by everything they said and did, probably because I was, what, 19 and they were in their 30s, so they've had like a lot more experience in life than me. That's what I do love about YouTube, is that you can get such a close look into people's life. Me, I'm still curious. Oh, I'm gonna watch every video. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch it from to back, and it just makes me sad because like, all the things that they do remind me of the time that I was friends with them. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, you still have this shirt and we bought it when we were together, and that just makes me think of you so much. And oh my gosh, you guys are still laughing about the same things and you still have the babies. I feel like my brother and Shane have each other, and Andrew and Garrett have each other. And I'm God's strongest soldier. I can handle it out here by myself, you know? But yeah, I watch their videos and I'm just like happy that they're still making videos together. I'm happy that they have each other. I'm happy that they seem like they're happy. I just take away the good memories, I guess.
And apparently, according to her, she felt like she was in the middle, and when Shane, she wasn't like the middle, she's the equator of the two countries. I guess she said there's like feud between all of them, and they weren't as close as she thought, but she was only 19 at the time and she felt really close to everyone and she felt a genuine friendship. And when Garrett and Andrew left, she felt like, what's going on? Like, why am I a part of this? Like, I know that you're not friends with my brother and Shane anymore, but you know, why aren't you friends with me? Like, what did I do? You know, you just can't be friends with me from association. And also, people are like really like going in on Morgan and being like, well, she chose her side. Like, she could have cut off her brother. It's like, okay, bitch. You're really gonna expect Morgan to cut off her family? Like, of course she's not gonna cut off Shane and Rylan. Like, Rylan is her brother and like helped her start her career, and I'm sure they're like semi-close, and I don't really think Morgan is the type to like cut off her family. Like, their family seems like pretty like chill and close, and I just don't even see that. I don't even think that's like a solid argument, like, you know. So yeah, obviously Morgan is not going to cut off her family. Now, I do think that it's kind of shady on Garrett and Andrew's part that they don't even like reply to Morgan reaching out. They don't even tell her like, hey, like, you know, they give her nothing. They don't even explain to her like, hey, like, we can't be friends. Like, I'm not comfortable like being your friend because your association with Shane and Rylan. Like, they literally don't give her anything. Like, I think honestly, it would be nice for them to give Morgan that. Like, I personally feel that they probably should have, like, had some kind of closing with their friendship with Morgan, because I kind of just feel like she's an innocent bystander in all this. Like, none of it's really her fault. She just, like, thought she was friends with everyone and having a genuine time when maybe that really wasn't the case. And some people are speculating and questioning, you know, how close were Shane and Rylan to... Can these motherfuckers shut the fuck up? I'm trying to film, bitch. Some people are speculating, were Shane, Ryland, Garrett, and Andrew even like that close of friends? Or was this all just for work and they noticed like people like them and they're getting views? I mean, maybe this was just kind of like a work friendship and they really weren't that close. And other people are saying, you know, after the cancellation, maybe they were already kind of like whatever friends, kind of just like work friends. And maybe after the cancellation, they're like, yeah, we're not going to be like dragged down in this. We're going to separate, deuces, peace, bye. I don't know, but I looked at Reddit, this kind of conversation with what really happened between them. And I found this comment, which I thought was interesting. Okay, so Rick 4NZ386 said, to me, it's kind of funny how that when Shane got canceled, all of his friends disappeared. Can be many things. Maybe they indeed had issues and that it's just a coincidence. I don't think so, but it could be. Maybe they became scared to also be canceled, so they took distance from him out of fear. Maybe Shane asked them, stick up for me publicly or we are done. And they didn't want to get involved, so they stopped being friends. Maybe they were never really friends and just worked together for money and content and pretended to be friends in front of the camera. Maybe they are still friends, but just pretend they aren't, so that it wouldn't affect their individual popularity. I don't think that's the case. Maybe they didn't know about Shane's past content and were disgusted by him. Maybe they were just using Shane and didn't need him anymore since his cancellation was bad for their image, etc., etc. So many options. Which, that's true. And some people were saying that maybe Andrew and Garrett didn't want to just be in like Shane's videos because they were probably only getting a percentage and Shane was making all this money. And they're kind of just like, well, we can just do this on our own. Like, we don't need Shane. Like, we can take all the money for ourselves. But someone said on Reddit, False Natural 6395 said, Shane said recently in the most recent Jeffrey doc that he paid his collaborator / film guy either 50-50 or 40-60. It's been a minute, so please just correct me instead of downvoting. Because everyone was talking about how Shane made millions upon millions on their previous Jeffrey series, which Shane had included during palette negotiations as a plot point, but to go off oinking. That's a Brandis, not a fat Shane. Which, okay, so if Shane was paying Andrew 50-50 or 60-40, like that's a fair cut. And probably wouldn't explain Andrew wanting to leave unless like he was literally just like wanted more of a cut, or he was just done making the content, or he didn't want to be associated after Shane's cancellation, which honestly, like, I don't really hold against them at all. Like, that was a really, really bad cancellation. And if they did stick up for Shane or like keep making content, like, well, first of all, Shane took like a year off of YouTube. So obviously like Andrew and Garrett wouldn't be in the videos anyways, and Andrew wouldn't be making any money. So they would naturally just move on. But I think it's something a little deeper than that, because if it was something that wasn't that serious, they would all talk about it and just confront the rumors and situations, but they literally all don't mention it. So Morgan today, or whenever this vlog was, today or yesterday, was the first one to really like give us more insight on what was happening, and she kind of made it seem like it was all just like fake for the cameras and she was in the middle and didn't realize what was going on. She was so young and like she doesn't understand. But I really just think that it's shady that Andrew and Garrett don't even reply to her and like give her like the decency to explain like why they don't want to be her friend too, or like what went on. They just kind of like leave her on red and don't reply. I'm like, come on, just like give her like the decency to tell her what's good, what's up, you know? Like, she clearly like thought you guys were genuine friends and now you're just like dismissing her. It's kind of sad. And like obviously Morgan, like if there is sides, she's going to probably side with her brother. It's literally like their blood, their family. So I really don't think anyone should hold Morgan like to the flames for that. Like, she doesn't choose her family and doesn't choose her brother, like, but they are family, so literally get over it. That's kind of my opinions on that. But this is like, you know, taken over the internet, her finally talking about it, because everyone like has wanted to know what happened between them. Because like, you know, Garrett fans want to know, but a lot of people are also saying that Shane treated Garrett like really rudely, kind of in the ending of their friendship, in the ending videos, he'd always like make jabs at him, and Garrett seemed uncomfortable, and there was like scenes with him and Jeffree Star that, you know, Garrett seemed uncomfortable, and that obviously is like not good, and no one should be making jabs at anyone. So there was also this comment on Reddit that said, "So I watch old videos with Garrett for comfort sometimes." Relatable. I literally will watch Garrett for like comfort too. Okay. Back then, Garrett and Shane were business partners. They worked together on videos and merch and wanted to pursue other businesses together too. But when Andrew started becoming a bigger part of the friend group and the videos, Shane started treating Garrett differently. As the videos progressed, you could tell how Shane was now just constantly bullying Garrett for no reason, and it wasn't funny anymore. Garrett himself said during those years he was extremely self-conscious and depressed and not himself. He self-isolated a lot to hide away, which is why we saw him less and less in the videos. It came to a head when, I'm guessing, Garrett confronted Shane about it and they had an argument that ended in them barely speaking. The last couple videos Garrett is on, there's this awkward energy around it where it seems like he isn't comfortable and he isn't as close to everyone except Andrew. So after everything happened with the cancellation, I think Andrew and Garrett both used it as a way to exit the friendship and finally be free of Shane. I feel like I've had friends like him and they are super draining to be around and feed into negativity, shit talking, and just drag you down with little jabs here and there that ruin your confidence and cause you to feel smaller, so you never leave him. But yeah, anyway, I don't actually know any of that. It's all speculation, but it's based off the videos I've seen and Garrett talking briefly about friendships he had during that time period. So yeah, I think I remember like there's also a video that Garrett was like super depressed in, and then Shane like came over to check on him. I think that was in like the endings of Garrett's time on Shane's channel, but if that is the case, then that's really sad for Garrett. You know, no one should feel like self-conscious or that they're being bullied. And that's really sad. But, you know, no one really knows what happened between everyone. And Morgan finally addressing it is very interesting. She still didn't give us like all the info, and no one still knows like what happened. But now we know that they totally just like cut them all off and cut her off. No, even like reply to anything she says, and want absolutely nothing to do with any of them. And apparently Morgan now just because of association, which again is sad. But it's like, you know, some people are saying, well, like, they probably can't trust Morgan or can't confide in her as a friend because she's so close with Ryland and Shane, or maybe Ryland and Shane wouldn't want Morgan friends with Garrett and Andrew. Like, it's kind of just this like awkward place for Morgan to be in, and I think it really sucks for her because she like genuinely seemed like she loved like their friendship, and it did seem like they all had a good time in the videos and were genuinely friends. So I don't know if they really weren't and it was just all like business. That's interesting. I also feel like Shane also like put a shade name to Andrew, like when he was making like, you know, the little like collection with Jeffree. Like, I think Andrew, yeah, they made like "Are you filming?" or something. Like, that's what Andrew always said. They made that a lipstick shade. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they actually were friends and liked each other and stuff. I don't know what happened, but we're all super curious as to what happened. But that's what's happening. That is what's going down right now. Morgan addressed it to a point. I do think it's unfortunate that she's in the middle and that they don't even reply to her. So that is sad. But that's the video. That's the tea. Let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. Please like the video to boost the algorithm. And we will see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye. Peace.